a lot of our faves broke up.
For me, I don't really care whether you want to be private or not. I'm gonna post you anyway because I really like the just his watch next to my chai tea.
They
For some
prioritize
people,
the relationship.
like their priority is relationship over career. Yeah, what would you do if I was there? You know, and now we must sit the whole night on the phone. It's just not gonna work because I need the whole night to edit.
I think balance is a myth. I think whatever you give a lot to, there's always things that
like if you're gonna be famous on social media, let it be for good things. Like let it be because you were next to Jesus on the cross, not because
I am back with another video, and before we even get into this fabulous video, I'm gonna need you to click on that subscribe button so that we can be on this journey of what? Fabulosity.
Are you dragging me? Is this you mocking me?
We can be on this journey of fabulosity together.
The sun hates me.
As you guys can see, I am not alone today. I am with your favorite.
No, you're with the fabulous.
The fabulous.
The fabulous.
Fabulous Bucksborough. That's what she's known as on the internet. But if you run into her in person, she's Barbara.
Yeah.
She's just a fabulous girl. You know what I'm saying? You guys know I don't normally do collabs on my channel, so you know that I have something quite special for you. Today we are shooting Coaches Don't Play, and what this is basically single people coming together.
I'm not single though. I refuse.
Single at home affairs people coming together to give relationship advice because we are coaches. We don't play. We obviously had to have her over because she's an expert at this point because she was on Looking for Mjolo. Season what? 2?
3.
Yes. She was on Looking for Mjolo.
The only season that matters. You know, in my personal opinion.
No, the only season that matters.
Yes,
and so obviously like that had the potential of like becoming relationship.
It did.
And the relationship that started in the public eye.
It did.
Right? And on that topic. Of like public relationships, right? We know that February
was a good month.
Was a very bad month for Istima Sama relationship, right? Because like a lot of our faves broke up. And for you, I have this question because you're obviously a YouTuber. You're obviously a content creator. You're obviously in the public eye, and I don't think that you're gonna stop anytime soon.
No, girl. We are only going to. Yeah.
So a question that I wanna ask in terms of relationships, right, is obviously you in your bag, your public eye bag.
My public eye.
And you start dating, and this nigga is just like, you know what? I actually don't want to be private. You know what? I actually want us to be public. I actually want us to be
public. How though?
Like public, like. You start doing content together and you start showing, okay, we're together, potentially a couples channel vibes, you know?
I like couples channels.
What do you think about that whole concept of like couples channels, and like in your personal capacity, what would you advise people that are in your space or trying to get into your space? And this guy is like, show me or it's over. Yeah, like
show me or it's over.
Show me or it's over.
No,
like a person
no. There's no need for ultimatums.
A person who doesn't want to be private. Like who doesn't want the shoulder content and the arm and the whatever. Like,
but he's got nice shoulders and arms and you know.
So why would I
not just start there? I feel like I would do it just for the aesthetic because I really like the just his watch next to my chai tea. I'm not screaming. I'm literally not screaming. But I love that aesthetic. However, I think for me personally, I can't speak for other people obviously. Now personally as Barbara, I think I don't really have a big problem with a public relationship. I think what matters is the communication that we have between us, because it's very easy, especially as a YouTuber. Actually, you know this. It's easy to turn on a camera and just And then after we turn off this camera, nobody knows if we hate each other in real life.
We might be enemies.
You understand? And we are laughing together now for the day.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think it's important that there's constant communication in a relationship if you're gonna make it public, just so that everyone's expectations are met.
You're on the same
and
page.
it's not like now you're portraying this very romantic image on the internet, but in real life, I'm Shelly. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? You're doing grand gestures for your TikTok, but in real life, you don't see me.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's grounds to break up. But for me, I don't really care whether you want to be private or not. I'm going to post you anyway.
Okay, here's my problem with that, right? Obviously, I didn't brand myself as a person who jolas. Number one, right?
Neither did I.
But even if you jola, right? My content has nothing to do with my relationship.
That's true.
So there's no, like, I'm not vlogging every day. I do sit downs.
Yeah.
Why would you be there? Like, am I making sense?
Oh, I hear you. Because this is coaches don't play. Why don't you? You must sit here and moderate the conversation.
Why? Why are you here? You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
So for me, like when I date, like I don't see a reason why. For me, this is my career. I don't like if I was an accountant.
Talk about it louder.
If I was an accountant,
exactly,
I wouldn't take you with me to work.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And for me, it's just that whole thing of like I prefer boundaries with relationships.
Yeah.
Like I don't want people
inside.
Exactly. And we also obviously when the breakups were happening, like people don't know how to mind their business.
I mean, even for me,
people want to be inside.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And for me, it's just like this is my career. This is where I come make the bag. Yes, you come here for enjoyment. You come here to love, whatever. But this is my career. I'm not here to jola in front of you. Like I don't understand why people have this whole thing of like just because you like trying to be public or whatever,
you must show us everything.
Yeah.
I think it's also the boundaries that you set for yourself as a creator. So when I look at like Mpumi and Brendan, for example, Brendan comes onto Mpumi's channel every now and then to this is our love journey. This is our journey. You understand what I'm saying? And then they sit there and they share insights of the things that they've learned in their marriage, the things that they've overcome, or if in very rare instances, things that they are currently struggling with. But what I love about them is there's almost like a boundary to say, we will talk about it when we're ready, and we will talk about it if we feel it's necessary, but we're not going to invite you into the ins and outs of our marriage, because then what happens is people take your marriage to Twitter and drag it and blow it out of proportion. Now you're sitting there questioning yourself and your life decisions because of people you don't know that don't know you too. That's a little crazy.
Yeah,
so,
I get it again still though, because for me it's that whole thing of like I don't post things on the internet that I'm not comfortable with people having an opinion on. I don't want people having an opinion about my relationship, you know. And so if I ever come across somebody the thing is I'm not gonna hide that I'm in a relationship. You know, it's not like now when I'm vlogging I'm gonna do this. You know, like when I'm doing my stories on Instagram I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. Like no, I'm not gonna do it. It's not gonna be a secret that like I'm dating or who I'm dating. Like it's not gonna be like but it's not something that I'm like, let's public, let's know. And if I ever come across somebody who's like, YouTube channel, what, I'm sorry, my darling.
It's not gonna happen.
No, then it's just our values don't align. Like just where I am, it doesn't align.
That's what I'm saying. Communicate. For me, it's different though, because I make lifestyle content.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, it makes no sense. Why do you want to see my man? Like, what does that have to do?
Me, I say they must
see anything.
He's so fine.
So
I don't mind either. We can be completely private
or Mama, when you're completely private, are you gonna do this?
Not necessarily. I just won't film in his presence. There's also like, and I spoke about this once where I said there are times where I make content with my friends and when we go out I'll say, okay guys, let's go have lunch. But we're having lunch and know that I'm working during this lunch. But then I also make provision for lunches where cameras are down. So downtime with my friends and actually speaking to them. So I think the problem with publicizing your relationships, whether it's friendship or romantic relationship, is that you need to have the boundaries to say, we're going out for work, we're going out for personal reasons. Yes. So when we're out for personal reasons, I just won't show him. But if we're out for work, then I'm gonna show him.
You're gonna show him.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be like, who's taking the video? And it's my man, duh.
Well, it depends.
My man, duh. Anyways, on that top conversation of like public whatever, right? So obviously Tamron Green got married,
Miss Universe first runner up.
Okay, I don't know that much about Miss South Africa.
Okay, boring.
Because that's more her vibe. Like she does Miss South Africa commentary on her stories.
Oh.
So I was like, obviously I'm gonna ask her about this because she got the content, boy.
I'm an expert.
She got the content, boy. But basically what I wanna ask is obviously that she was not her, but like her man was trending
at home
because it was giving that his Instagram account is
a fan page.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like for you, because you are absolutely okay with like
a public relationship,
right? What are some of the types of public accounts that are like red flags, or type of person that you would be like, like stay away from this person, I can't join this person, like purely just looking at the
Instagrams.
Yeah.
People who make content out of other people's downfalls, or people who make content out of finding flaws in other people. Like there's this guy on Twitter, I don't know his name, I just know that he was once dating one of the original, remember back in the day when Instagram was a small community, there was that Coco, that other girl, Coco something, man, this other girl, blonde girl, and then there was Kimbaraxi.
Okay. No.
Guys don't know Instagram. Instagram in 1992. So she's dating this guy who was trending, and I found out about him because he was trending for driving a 2011 Porsche or something like that. I don't know, something ridiculous like that. They were dragging him saying his Porsche is not real, his Porsche is fake. But this was on the basis of he literally is famous for being a Twitter troll. Like he wakes up in the morning, and sees pictures of people, zooms in and says why. You know, things like that. That for me is like, why are you doing that? Like why? Yeah. Why? It goes back to
What was the reason?
It goes back to the whole like, do you wanna be famous chat that we were talking about before the video. Is that like, if you're gonna be famous on social media, let it be for good things. Like let it be because you were next to Jesus on the cross, not because you are now opening screenshotting people's tweets from 2010 and posting them again. Why are you doing that?
Why would you do that?
Why?
I don't care if your page gives fan pages, especially because you're not trying to build a career out of like social media. You're just in love with me, you know? So I was completely okay with that. Because like, if you think about it, like Musam Tombeli's page is like, he has posts of himself. But it's giving fan page a little too.
But also
like he posts these a lot.
Why
too.
wouldn't you fan page?
You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't you love, if you're my husband, why are you not obsessed?
Why are you not obsessed?
You know what I'm saying?
You should be obsessed. One of my other dreams is to be a wag, right? I want to be a wife of a rugby player.
Okay.
His Instagram is probably going to be nothing but pictures of him playing rugby and me.
Yeah. Because how can it not be you? That's my thing. Like when I saw that, I was like, how is that a problem?
There's no problem.
The person you're dating, well, in this case it was married to, is like
posting pictures of, if he's not a picture guy, because that's also another thing, is like most guys don't take pictures of themselves.
Yeah.
So for him it's like, oh guys, I was walking with my, but also guys, please be serious about this. Can you imagine a gent saying, we're out now on a date, it's me and you strolling in a fancy garden.
Okay,
then I give you my phone. I say, baby, snap it for Instagram. Like, imagine that scenario in your head.
You don't like that?
No, I'm not saying I don't like that. I'm just saying, like, imagine that scenario for someone who doesn't naturally want to take pictures. That's a very awkward scenario. Like, he would never do that. But as he's walking and he sees this beautiful sunset and he's hot wife. It's like, woo, stand like that. And then I take the picture and I post it on Instagram.
But obviously you want to show the world,
look at the sunset and my fabulous boo. But it just so happens that the pictures are consecutive and he just didn't have a chance to, you know, take a.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I'm hot.
No. And let him admire that.
And it's not his fault he finds me hot either.
Do you understand? He probably has a shrine in his bedroom.
Exactly.
As he should.
She clearly could have a very public relationship.
With boundaries.
Now I get it, right?
No, yeah. When it all right? I'm gonna be right here on this.
Okay, so right now you have, let's say you have this public
relationship.
Exactly, right? Because it's what
With
you
boundaries.
deserve with boundaries, and it's what you deserve, right? And your career starts popping off, you know? Like, this is what happened with the Miss South Africas. The Miss South Africas, after Miss South Africa, they get married.
They do.
And I just want to ask you, like, how do you think is the best way to navigate relationships when you're at the peak of your career? Because, like, when you're in a relationship, there's a lot of, like, oh, you're not spending enough time on me. Now I know, like, because right now, I wouldn't have time for a relationship. I'm literally collabing with people the whole week. When am I going to get the time to see you? You know what I'm saying?
Honest.
So it's like, sometimes when you like building your career or like you're at the top, like you just want Miss South Africa or you just want Miss Universe, it's like, okay, that was fun, let's get married. And it's like, what advice would you give to like people who are
It's
like,
you saying, what advice would you give? Like,
who are like reaching their milestones, but like the obviously the person in their life is like, dog, you never have time for me anymore. Because what I've noticed is like they do be doing that. They do be like
winning
themselves
and then
down. Yes. And it's almost like we used to know you as Miss South Africa or whatever, and now you just Bunny's wife. You know what I'm saying?
Not so Bunny's wife.
What advice do you have with like pursuing your career but also trying to have a healthy relationship? Yeah.
Communication again. I think it just goes back to communication. But also the type of person that you are in relationship with. Because I think it's heavily dependent on the person. Because I've been in situations where someone was completely demanding of every single fiber of my being. You understand what I'm saying? Where now I've got SABC trying to interview me and you're mad and leaving the city because SABC is trying to interview me and you're trying to have dinner with me.
Yeah.
So that was a little crazy because it's like, at the end of the day, me progressing in my career is our bag. Like, you are the one who's going to be buying football jerseys.
It's my bag.
With the money that's coming from there.
It's my bag, sorry.
It's your bag?
It's not ours, it's my bag.
I believe in our bag. I really believe in our bag. Especially in the marriage context. That's what I mean. Huh?
What's mine is mine, what's his is ours.
That's crazy. I'm such a like, let's make a big pot of everything we own kind of honey. So it's a little bit different. So I think finding someone with the same priorities as you, because this is almost one of those things where like, you know how people say, how do you deal with someone who doesn't want to have kids? Why would you date somebody who doesn't want to have kids when you know you want kids? That's all that it is don't date someone who won't understand the dynamics of your career. Because the same way that you're saying you don't like guys who make skits, there are men out there who are like, if my hand has a YouTube channel,
it's late.
No girl like that. And so it's just about finding a person that works for you, but also knowing what season you're in. Because for me, I'm very big on honoring the season that I'm in. So like right now, you know,
listen.
Honor your season.
Okay.
Honor your season. So for me, it's like, and you know this, like I'm single.
Get home affairs.
I'm single, right? And I'm gonna be single for the rest of 2022. Say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Right? So
in Jesus' name.
Amen! Fire! Right? But the reason why, and I think obviously I was studying engineering, right? For the past 3 years. And then I left everything. I left my city, left my church, left my school, left everything to start a brand new life from scratch again. And so what is going on right now is I'm in a point where I have to now not only build a career from scratch, get acquainted to a new city, get acquainted in a new church, find community, all these kinds of stuff. If I'm now also trying to find a relationship when I should be dedicating time to building a foundation, wait, Heeelang,
how's that gonna work, ne?
how is it gonna work? Because now you want me to call you every night. Yeah, what would you do if I was there? You know, and now we must sit the whole night on the phone. It's just not gonna work because I need the whole night to edit. Like I said, I want to give everything that I have to the person that I'm in relationship with. And if I'm at the peak of my career and I need to set these things in stone, then that's what I'm going to do because that's my priority. I don't want to have to depend on you. Whether you're a man or a woman, it's irrelevant of the fact that you're a man and I'm a woman, but I just don't want to. I'm very hyper independent. We know it, right? Not too much. I'm working on it.
Working on it.
I'm really,
you know.
right? I'm hyper independent. So for me, like, I naturally want my own things so that nobody ever feels like they have to hold me up. And so for me, career is a priority because I don't want anyone to ever feel like I'm a burden or they are holding me up and they have to. So yeah, I just wouldn't date a guy who doesn't understand that priority.
I advocate for breakups in situations like that.
Yeah,
because
that's okay.
It's like that person, the reason why that person says, okay, I want more attention, whatever, is because they know they deserve that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And
they
that's
know
fair.
that's
valid,
deserve, and they know that that's what they need.
Yeah,
right. I can't offer that to you right now because I'm focused on my career and I'm literally at my peak. I'm not going to be at my peak and now I'm going to go be a wag. You know, I'm going to go be known as Banbani's wife, you know? Like, I'm going to...
Although that is part of my
I'm
career.
going to make the most of me winning. You know, I'm going to make the most of me being on top and, like, capitalize
also
on that
because of the industry
as much as...
Exactly. You have to.
As much as possible, you know? So I advocate for breakups, especially if you're considering how young we are. Like, I wouldn't be like,
so young.
oh my god, like it's the end of the world to break up with somebody right now to focus on your career. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that because I want to have something for myself. I don't want, like, literally, because there are a lot of stories of people, they literally get married and in the marriage now they're like, oh my god, I've never done anything for myself. Or those people that have been dating since high school, just always in a relationship, you've never done anything alone, and now it's not to say that, like, if you do it later it's like it's too late. It's never too late, obviously, to do what you want to do and to go out on your own, but it's better to do it when you're young. Like, you still have all the options, you still have all these opportunities that you can,
and time to make it up.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? Time to make mistakes. You know, you don't have a family relying on you, you don't have a husband relying on you. You're just doing you. I think this is the best time that we have to completely focus on our careers, you know. And it's lonely.
Shame, it is.
It's lonely,
didn't I call you
like,
3 days ago?
She did.
I called her. I have to call you, or else I'll call someone.
She did. And it comes with the territory, but it's like sometimes you have to remind yourself, like, what's a priority. And right now, like, I would say for a person who's trying to capitalize on their peak or, like, make the most of their peak, like, especially like, if I reached 100k subscribers now, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me settle down. No, like, I need to get the bag.
Oh no, not me.
Get the bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? I do want to get married, and I want to do it when I'm in a space that we can give each other the attention we deserve, you know, that we can give each other the love we deserve, you know, that we can be intentional about, like, the relationship. And right now, I just don't think, as much as we can try, like, what are you gonna do with just having 1 hour of my time in the week?
You know what, ne? I hear what you're saying. Okay, but
yeah.
However, I think, and this is my personal opinion, please. My opinion is not a fact. My opinion is just how I feel. Okay, I have to describe it before I'm trending on Twitter.
No, we get it.
So for me, this is why I hammer on the fact that I wouldn't date somebody who doesn't have ambition. Like someone who they themselves are not in the...
They have too much stagnant time. Like,
do you understand? Yeah. Like, you have a lot of free time, which is not a bad thing, okay? Because I know I have a very bad habit of just working forever and never stopping.
Very, very bad habit.
It's terrible horrendous. But I think that in as much as your chat about now is my prime, I need to work now, we'll see this relationship thing later, it's also, I think it's very possible for you to do it,
to find, like, a balance.
Yes, only if the person on the other side is working just as hard on whatever they're pursuing. Because if we're both working, we are able to be intentional about the relationship and come back and say, this is my schedule, this is your schedule. If we sync it up on Google Calendars, these are the free slots, and this is when we will make time to see one another.
So, like, if you, like, okay, let's say that, right? Then what would be, like, your main priority in something like that? Like,
my main priority is downtime, like camera down.
No, like, I'm saying between career and relationship. Because for me, I think balance is a myth. I think whatever you give a lot to, there's always things that like now I'm saying I'm shooting the whole week. My friendships are definitely lacking.
Lies, because
I'm not answering messages. I'm not acting now.
So
I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? There's always something that will and the only reason why I have time to do this is because I'm done with exams. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not putting most of my focus on that. So with that, it's like if I'm a career babe right now. That will be my main priority. Yeah. So that's why that whole thing. Haki said at the time, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I have to see my boo. Let me put my boo. I'm not even I'm gonna be like, okay, I need to collab with who. I need to edit this. Oh, this friend was with me. What.
So you don't think
and then I'll be like, damn. Boo. I honestly think balance is a myth.
That's crazy.
I mean, think about it. When you have school, what wins? Like your content you're not gonna be as consistent as you were because now there's school. Or like when you
I think it's integration.
When you have church responsibilities, oh, okay, this is the day that I have church responsibilities. I'm not gonna do as much schoolwork as I would on the day that I wouldn't, because on that day the church responsibilities are my priority.
I hear you.
So I don't believe in balance.
I still disagree though.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I think I hear what you're saying about balance doesn't exist, because for me, how I balance is by integration. So my school overlaps with my content and overlaps with my relationship with God. Like everything is like this. So for example, today at class, before I got here, I was learning about influencer marketing and how you can take a product that is irrelevant to a certain group of people and make it relevant to them. So how you can that's still work. That's still work.
Valid.
That still works. So I think it's again about finding things that come together, finding a way to integrate them. And if you find a person that integrates well with you, it's balanced.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
But obviously, I don't think it's impossible. I think it's possible, but I really wish that it wasn't such a common thing that when people reach their peak, they sort of reduce themselves.
I don't even think they're reducing themselves for relationships. I think it's just priorities.
So they prioritize the relationship.
Their priority is relationship over career. So for example, if we take the Miss South Africa example, because that's the example you made, a lot of them get married a year after Miss South Africa. Marriage. But that's also because you can't be married
when you do
Miss South Africa. Yeah. So for a lot of the girls, it's maybe Miss South Africa was a long life dream and they couldn't get married until they accomplished it. So once they achieve it, it's okay,
I've done what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I can get married now. Whereas for me, it's different in that if I were to enter Miss South Africa, it would literally be because there's so many passion projects that I want and there's so many things that I'm trying to tap into, but that's the platform that I need to get onto the other side, because otherwise no one will take me seriously. And so after winning Miss South Africa, then my focus wouldn't necessarily be, okay, now let's get married, but would be, how can I best leverage my year reigning to impact the way that I wanted to impact, but also to create longevity. However, in the middle of this prime, if a relationship does come, then so be it, because then it means he's a supportive man, who I love and adore, and I'm willing to give everything up for, because I will.
I don't know if I'm willing to give.
I am willing.
Up. I just want to. I think I just want to get to a point where obviously now I'm doing influencing whatever, but it's not something I want to do forever. I want to move more towards behind the scenes. So this is just my stepping stone. Step on it. So this is just my stepping stone. So I do know that obviously I'm gonna get to a point where I want to have my little businesses that are self-sustaining, and I can just purely focus on raising my children. So I do get the vibe, but I really just want to also make a name for myself before I decide of
settling down.
Yeah,
I hear that.
And I want it to be known even when I'm settled, I'm still that girl, and I'm still that girl. You understand what I'm saying? Regardless of I'm married, I have kids, I'm still that girl. Yeah. And so that's what I want. But anyways,
it depends on your career.
You guys let us know. What are your opinions on what we said? Is balance a myth? Is balance not a myth? Should your man's Instagram account be a fan page?
I don't like that term though. It's not a fan page. He loves and adores me.
Yeah, how can he not? You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
How can he not? And do you think that, you should settle down after reaching your peak. You know, let us know what you guys think. If you have any relationship questions, or you are currently in a situation that you don't know how to handle,
get out of it,
or need advice on anyways or need advice on, make sure that you hit the link in the description and send us your dilemma anonymously. Let us know what you would like to hear our advice on. It's not necessarily going to be us, but it's going to be coaches, people that don't actually play the game but coach from the sidelines. So let us know in dilemma, any oh my god, this person did date, oh my god.
Yeah, I can say the answer is no.
It has to be relationship-y though. I need to note that. I don't want you guys coming out here with friendships, because we can't be coaches for friendships, because we are in friendships and
not me though.
And then we still trying to figure it out. So relationship-y though, I think we're quite professional.
Sorry, say it again.
Relationship-y though, I think we're quite professional.
Extraordinary.
So make sure that you hit that link in the description and you send your dilemma.
I'm gonna say ding 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 dilemma. Aibo.
Where can they find you?
I'm all over the internet.
Just
look and see.
Okay.
Barbara with an X. So BAXBARA on all social media platforms.
What? On all social media platforms.
Exactly. But if you can't find me, just add an extra A.
I'll put her circle. And all of that. We love you all with the love of Jesus. Not enough to die for you though.
I will die for you.
I'm not gonna die for you.
Die for that.
Yay. Super thanks also if you feel generous.
17 rand.
You know what? 17 rand to a lady like you, to a man like you, please.